Hey guys, Lucas from iExplore here. Today we're going to do some street photography in Shinjuku with the Pentax 17, which is a film camera that, as of this video shoot, is not released yet. We got this a little bit early from Rico. Very honored that we got that, by the way. We also shot a video about this camera for their channel, so check that out. There's a link in the description. But today we're going to do some street photography with it. Very fun little thing to use. But just before that, of course, if you want to support this channel, the best way is to come take a workshop with us here in Tokyo. But of course, that's not possible for everybody. So another way is to support us on Patreon, which we really appreciate. So thank you all for that. And finally, we do also have a map of Tokyo photo spots, which you can check out. All these links are in the description. So let's get on to the video.
iExplore.
So yeah, it's a film camera. And not only is it a film camera, but it's a half frame film camera. So it uses, like if you hold it this way, it's actually framing vertically, and it's using only half of a 35mm frame. So it's like, kind of like, a form of cropping basically, right? But it means that on like a roll of 36, which is I'm pretty sure what I have in there, you get about 72 shots, which just makes it more economical. So very cool. Now, like I've only shot with this once. I shot one roll for that other video, and I got a couple cool shots. I liked what I got, and I think it's going to be interesting to use it. Today I have in here Fuji Premium 400 film, which is film that's been sitting in my closet for like 8 years because I bought it ages ago because I had another little film camera and I just never got around to using it. And I thought, you know what, I could buy new film, but let's just put this old film in there and see what happens. So if it's expired or there's something messed up and all these photos are busted, oh well. But we're gonna have fun shooting with it anyway. So yeah, the camera has a little, like a 25mm lens. It's called a little pancake lens, very small. And it doesn't have autofocus, and it doesn't have a normal focusing, you know, what I'm looking for, dial or whatever, like you can't just focus it. Instead it has this like zone focus thing where you just basically choose distances, which are written on the bottom here, or there are symbols up here. And like, I pretty much only shoot on this like mountain symbol or people symbol, which means like infinity focus or like 3 to 5 meters away. So yeah, because that's about the kind of stuff I shoot, right? Street photography or sometimes some architecture. And today we're exploring Kabukicho in the afternoon. I would love to explore it at night, but with 400 film, probably better in the afternoon. The lens is a f3, 3.5. So not a small aperture, but not a huge aperture either for night shooting. Okay, let's not get run over by this guy. There we go. All right, so where are we gonna go? Let's go this way. Let's go over here. Kind of explore the Kabukicho side streets. And so because it's a film camera, and I don't shoot film very much, those of you, as many of you know, I'm like a little bit like, oh, do I shoot this? Do I not shoot this? Like I'm trying to conserve it because it's film, but on the other hand, like, why conserve it? I might as well just shoot stuff. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Let's go this way over here. Oh, let's see how this neon stuff turns out. This is like some sort of sketchy red light district shop here. So I'm gonna put it on the mountain, actually make it infinity. Oh, would help if I turn the camera on. There we go. Nice. Yeah, that wasn't a mind-blowing shot. I'm curious how those neon colors will turn out on this film. Of course, with film, it really affects the colors and whatnot, right? So that's part of the fun here. And so you notice I held the camera this way, but actually I shot a portrait shot of that scene. Ooh, look at this crow over here. Let's see if I can get the crow before he flies off. Oh, come on. Oh, even better up there, Mr. Crow. I like it. Come on, you gonna fly? Oh man, I'm so slow at whining. I don't know if I got the one where it was flying away. I don't know. Let's try that one more time. Oh, it doesn't like me. It's scared. I was probably on the wrong focus distance too. I got too excited for the crow. Let's go a little farther in there. And then we'll head on these little side streets over here. I don't know if I will expend the whole roll because last time we tried this, it kind of takes a while to shoot 72 shots with a film camera where you're just like, manually cranking it. And I don't want to just take them like willy-nilly for no reason because each shot costs a few pennies, right? A few bucks, whatever. Not that much, but there's a cost. So let's see, may not finish the roll, may just do a video where we don't finish the roll some other time, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm also still kind of in the process of testing this camera and just sort of see what it can do. So I'm gonna get a couple of shots of more of this kind of almost generic stuff, just a view of the street, just because I want to see how the exposure works. In fact, I'm gonna take that one again on +1 compensation. Because I'm worried that like it's gonna underexpose, because that's kind of what happened the other days. I felt like when I shot a photo with a lot of sky, bright sky, then the camera, you know, kind of it exposed more for the sky, and then the foreground was a little bit underexposed. So I bracketed that. I did it on 0 and +1, and we'll see which shot was the correct shot there. Ooh. Nah, there's a plane. You could see a plane for a moment. That's kind of cool. But what I do want to try to shoot is this place. This lens is not that wide, but I love this weird, dingy old, like, it looks like St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow. And at night it's really dark, but maybe now it's going to look pretty cool. So let's try that. Do I want a horizontal one like this? Nah, one is enough. Again, you see, like, I've shifted my mentality very quickly. With digital, I take a whole bunch of shots and just kind of figure out later. But it's just like, yeah, I got 72 shots in there because it's a half-frame camera, but I don't know, I don't want to waste one on something that I'm not sure is good, right? So maybe I'm being too conservative, but we'll see. Let's go over here. Yeah, we've walked these streets before at night for the videos on this channel, but it's probably the first time we're coming here in the daytime, and it's a very different vibe. Love this colorful ramen shop. We turn the neon sign off in the daytime, of course. A little too close here. I'm going to shoot it from across the street. And in fact, I'm going to shoot it like really straight on. And then landscape. So again, to do landscape, I got to hold the camera vertically. Okay. Make sure my compensation's on 0. Let's go through here. I don't like this open door here. Okay, cool. So maybe did a very slow shutter there. Okay. And then what's it going to look like from this angle? I think it's going to be nice from here. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's do this shot. Maybe back to P. So let's squeeze past each other here. So it's kind of hard, well not hard, but it's easy to forget what focus mode you're on. But I think I got to go first here because Axel's going to have a tough time going backwards through this little alley. So it's easy to like ignore the kind of the focus distance or the zone that you're set to, but they do make it easy. Like it shouldn't be hard. I'm just not paying attention enough. I'm kind of moving too fast. But there is, like, when you look through the viewfinder, you can see these little symbols. Maybe if we come over here to the light. So the actual, like, there's these symbols up here. There's a mountain, a group of people, 2 people, 1 person, a knife and a fork and a flower. And that denotes distances, right, for the zone. The distances being like 1/4 meter, 1/2 meter, 1.2 meters, 1.7 meters, 3 meters, and then infinity. So yeah, so like you can see that through the viewfinder, which we won't be able to show on camera here, but it's very easy to see. I'm just kind of forgetting to like glance at it. So yeah, but generally I keep it on the mountain or the group of people because usually things are about that distance. I'm gonna get another shot in this direction on the mountain mode. And you see I almost went vertical, but actually I gotta go this way. Wow, that looks great. Basically, the camera has an auto mode, which might use the flash. There is a flash built in, which I haven't really used yet. And then there's a P mode, which I guess is, program mode, like on any camera. It controls the aperture and the shutter by itself. The ISO is, of course, manually set because that's set by the film. And then it doesn't use the flash in the P mode. So I generally use the P mode, but there is a night mode which I guess just allows it to do an even slower shutter speed. And that's it. That's pretty much all the settings on this camera. Like I said, there's an ISO dial, there's the compensation dial, there's this mode dial which has a few more modes I didn't mention, and there's the aperture, or actually not the aperture, but the zone ring over here. And that's it. Then you have the winding lever and the shutter button. So it's a very simple camera, but that's cool. It kind of makes it fun to use. You don't have to think too hard about your shots. So yeah, like when a few weeks ago when Rico asked us, if we want to have, try this camera, make these videos for our channel and for their channel, I was a little bit like, skeptical is the wrong word, like hesitant, because I thought like, I don't know much about film, whatever. But then I thought, you know what, let's just try it, take a chance, try something different. And I'm so glad I said yes and we agreed to this, even though it was also kind of short notice, but that's fine, that's part of the game. Because it's fun, it's actually fun to use. I'm really enjoying this little camera. Let me get a quick shot over here. Just these two guys going down the street. Really simple. Okay, go back to like a street distance. So yeah, golden guy, super chill in here in the afternoon, nothing going on. But at night it gets pretty busy. But yeah, that's why I was a little hesitant to come in here just a moment ago, because I knew it'd be kind of like this, kind of dead. And I actually want to find more kind of people locations. I want to shoot, like street scenes, candid street scenes. Whereas this is still technically candid, but there's just not much going on. But in the quiet environment, you'll be able to hear very clearly the shutter and the winding lever. It sounds so nice. Let's do a close focus shot here. So whatever, like 1.2 meters is maybe fine. Okay, let's see. The viewfinder does have like two sort of like frame lines, two sets of frame lines, one for like normal shots and one for close focus. I'm not sure where that cutoff is though. Like, was that close focus? I kind of split the difference and used both frame lines, and I'm not sure which frame lines, let's go this way, which frame lines it'll end up using, but I'll be happy with either one. So like, I'll have a little bit wider shot or a little bit tighter shot. It's kind of framed up for both. That's the thing about shooting on a film camera, especially one like this, but I think a lot of them, for me, and I've always had this notion, is like, you have to just accept that you're going to be a little bit imprecise, And that's not to say that like inaccurate. I'm just going to get this plant here. I like how it looks. That's not to say like inaccurate, but just imprecise. You have to let it go. That some stuff is going to be, not exactly framed the way you want, and that's got to be okay. You have to just accept that. Whereas like on digital, I can be extremely. The word in Japanese is komakai, which means like detail-oriented, like every little thing. Like I got this object just right in the corner, this line aligned perfectly with that line, whatever. This thing with the edge of the frame, and the timing is like absolutely nailed, flawless. I mean, assuming I don't screw up, but like, it's possible. Whereas this, like there's, of course, because it's a mechanical shutter, everything's like fully mechanical. There's an ever so slight, shutter delay, like a kind of a lag. So you got to sort of anticipate the moment a little more, I noticed. Which is true for digital cameras to some degree as well, but you know what I mean. There's a little more delay here. And then, and that's kind of what I perceive now. Maybe if you time it, it's the same, but it feels like I got to be a little bit more, predictive about when to actually click the shutter, because I want the person's not quite at the right position. And then, of course, like I was saying already about the framing, it's a little bit, imperfect, no matter how you slice it, because you're looking through a viewfinder that just sees out the front, and the lens has a slightly different perspective. So there's this, parallax, this kind of perspective shift. So you don't see exactly what you're going to get, yada, yada, yada. So with all that, you just have to sort of like go with the flow. And that's how I'm using it. I'm using it in a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm seeking moods more than precise framings. There we go. First street shot of the day, like a candid, human moment sort of street shot. See how that turns out. Can we get the chef in there? Okay, I just took it and at least show it on the screen. I don't think that's a good photo. I was hoping he'd turn more towards me. Got to keep double checking my settings because it's easy to kind of forget. Because again, without a digital screen, there's no indication of what that looks like, right? There's no like, what you see is what you get kind of thing. And I guess I'm kind of used to that from shooting with even a digital SLR. Here we go. Here's a scene. Here's a little scene. Okay, at least there was like a moment. Yeah, Kabukicho in the daytime is so weird because it just still feels dirty, but it's kind of dead. It's like dirty from the night before. Let's go back to the P mode, 0. Yeah, just double checking all my settings. As I keep saying, gotta do that. Gotta be careful. Oh, there's like a fish market here. I think I knew there was a fish market here, but let's do a shot with the fish. From the thing. Do a bunch of shots here. It's funny, like I knew about this fish shop, but I so rarely come over here in the daytime that like I don't think I've ever really shot it while it's like open and these guys are cleaning up and doing the thing like that. That's interesting. I gotta come by here more often maybe in the daytime. Yeah, and I gotta say, and I've said this in the other video already, like it is fun to use this thing. I'm having fun. It's just fun. It's fun clicking and then winding and then clicking and then winding. And it is kind of cool not seeing at all what I get, and I just have to just roll with it. I have to be okay with whatever it is, There's no because one of the things that I struggle with these days when I'm using my digital cameras, I overshoot things. I just overshoot things. So I'm checking it right away. I'm very particular, very picky. I see all the things wrong. Let's try that one more time. Let's try that one more time. I'm trying to really trying to get it perfect. And I think that that's not a bad trait to have. I mean, I like that I shoot that way, but it does eventually, let's go this way, or maybe over there. I don't know. Let's go that way. It does eventually kind of bog me down a little bit in the whole, I'm too in my head where I'm really thinking about how to make a perfect photo. Whereas with a film camera like this, and especially this one, because it's a very much kind of a snap shooter, kind of you don't have to think too much about it. There's not a lot of manual settings. You just kind of shoot the photos and, whatever. You get what you get. So I'm not thinking about it so much. I'm just enjoying the process of being in the moment, snapping the photos, and just getting what I get. Ooh, it's kind of cool. I guess half a meter. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot it. Yeah. She was wearing black. Let's look for another guy. Oh, here we go. Should have saved my shot for this dude. Ooh, just in the nick of time. I like this police car here. I don't really like the people next to it, but whatever. Let's try to frame them out. And this might be interesting. So we're gonna do +1. Okay, we'll see how that turns out on +1 compensation. Maybe it was unnecessary, but I like the abstract quality of the building. Maybe I should have done it on 0 as well, just to bracket it, but it is what it is. But this is kind of interesting. These guys up here, it's kind of cool. So again, I'm going to bracket that. I'm just going to do the whole +1 stop. It's a big, you know. Oh, didn't wind the film, of course. The camera does give you a little warning when you forget to wind the film. There are these LEDs back here that flicker, and when they flash certain ways, you know it's warning you about something. Either like the exposure's off because it's over or underexposed, or like you forgot to wind it or something. Well, that would have been a good moment. Oh, with the plane there now, that's nice. Come on, plane, get in the plane. Nice. It's pretty cool. Can I get it from a different angle? I hope that was okay. I was on plus 2/3 of a stop. Oh, here we go, here we go. I'll wait for this man with a hat to come out of the shop because he looks really cool. Gonna get a nice little urban scene here. It's just a city scene. So yeah, overall, like, what's my verdict? How do I feel about this camera? You know, we don't do reviews. This isn't a review. It's not comprehensive. And you know what I'm gonna say? I've said this so many times about things that I have on this channel, but it is fun to use. I'm having fun with it. And that's the most important thing to me is like, is it gonna be frustrating or is it gonna be fun? Now, you watching this video have already seen the photos on the screen, but I'm not going to get to see them till today or tomorrow, you know, whenever we get them developed. And then, so I may in fact be frustrated eventually. You got to be quick with the winding, and I was on the night mode. And maybe that's why it was telling me something over there. But I feel like I wasn't on the night mode over there. But you know what? Night mode might be good because I was shooting the train, and night mode, I assume, just drags the shutter, right? So either that photo is going to be way overexposed, but if it's not, then it'll just be a slow shutter, and then the train will be blurry. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, so you see, that I guess you could say is a little bit frustrating, but that's just a learning curve thing, and I'm also just being a little bit careless. I always make this excuse, but when we're shooting these videos, I'm a little less on the ball with my settings because I'm trying to juggle like shooting the photos and talking to the camera and thinking about where to go next. Whereas that pressure doesn't exist when I'm just out on my own. So, but yeah, I mean, like having shot one roll previously and now this is the second roll, I enjoyed that experience. I'm enjoying this experience. It is just a fun thing to do. Let's just do a quick one of these mops and the graffiti and stuff from the side here. Maybe this distance, 1.7 meters. Yeah, that seems about right. Cool. Little cheeky quick shot. It's so nice and quiet in here before it gets dark, you know, because later on tonight there's going to be a million people in here. Nah, not worth the frame. How about this way? With the red stools. Oh, seems to be the end of the roll. At about 50 something shots. That's kind of weird. So could it be like a 28 shot roll? Is that a thing? And it is what it is. All right, so yeah, I thought I had a few more shots left. I got to about 55. I don't know, maybe I put the film in wrong or something, or I thought this was a 36 shot roll, but maybe it's a 24 shot roll, which still would be a weird number because I ended up at about 54, 55 shots. Whatever it is, it's okay, it doesn't matter. I finished the roll and I'm happy with that, or at least I seem to have, because it's not winding anymore. Actually, wait, maybe I can, hold on a second. Maybe if I'm gonna do one in this direction here. No, it's done, it's done. I can't take one and I can't wind it, so it's done. Whether I screwed something up or not, I don't know, we'll find out. But in any case, you've seen the photos already on the screen, there they are. We're not gonna go over them, like, it's just like, they are what they are. If they're good, they're good. If they're good, they're good. If they're bad. It is what it is. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you found it interesting, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.